Hi, it's Mrs. Hickson. We know that Excel's purpose is for problem solving. You've been working on Lauren's budget now. You started with looking at data and formatting it to make it attractive. You then went to creating formulas so we could go ahead and process her budget. Now it's time for us to analyze her budget. And Excel is awesome by showing us how we can do that. Now, looking over the big picture of this, our goal is for us to target what areas of Lauren's budget are the most problematic. Now, you probably just looked with your eyes and you could kind of notice some of her months she was making negative money, meaning that she had more money spent than she had income coming in. Now, we can look at that and we can use our own eyes, but Excel allows us to actually put in some processing tools so we can let the computer do the work so we can use our brains to solve the problems. So what I want to do first is show you a couple things on our item that we're going to be looking at. This is our 2014 budget. We want to prepare for the 2015. So some of the things we're going to do right away is we want to go ahead and do something called a conditional format. Conditional format is just that. It's a way for me to tell the computer what specific areas I want to change so it will highlight and tell me what's wrong. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I want to look at my surplus and loss. This is how much I had at the end of the month. Now my instructions say I'm going to go ahead and take C26. I'm going to go all the way from January to December. Now again, we can look at this ourselves, but we want Excel to do the work for us. So if I go onto Home, where I am, I can look over in my Style area and I'll see something called conditional formatting. What it means is it will only format if it meets a condition. All right, so I'm going to click on this, and you can see I have a couple of choices. My instruction says that I want to do some highlighting. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my highlight cells rule, and I have a couple more choices. I can choose a numerical range. Now my instructions are I want to be able to highlight cells in my surplus and loss that are less than 0. So that's going to mean anything that's negative or 0. So I'm going to look for less than, and if I click on that, automatically my document is finding anything because I was sitting on it, it's kind of looking and helping me out a little bit. But I want to be very specific. I want to go ahead and say I want anything that is less than 0. Now my instructions also say that I need to use red text. Now I can click on this drop down and I want to go down to the red text area. So it's just going to be the text, not the highlighting. And I click OK. And sure enough, it's highlighting anything that was under 0. So that's going to help me glance at it right away. Now, Lauren starts thinking about where's my problem? And she realizes that, oh, my problem happens to be in my clothing area, I think. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and highlight anything that has clothing that's over $100. So I'm just going to highlight from January over here, and I'm going to click on conditional formatting. I'm going to highlight it, and on this case I'm going to be doing actual highlighting with fill, so it needs to be greater than $100. And I'm going to change it this time, and it says dark yellow fill with dark yellow text. There we go. And I'm going to hit OK. All right, and all of a sudden, yep, there we go. These are the months that I was having some problems. Now, I did make a mistake here, and that is I shouldn't have highlighted this one because this is the total. That's not going to work out well. So I'm going to go back here and undo it because I only want to do the months. So let me try that again. I should have paid attention to that. Only the months. So I'm not going to go to my total. That's going to obviously always be there, and that's not what I want. $100 again, and I'm going to go ahead and change it like I said 2 seconds ago. Here we go. Hit OK, And when I step away, I'll be able to see it. Those are the months that I was having problems with. Now the next part I want to do is, this is great. I'm going to go ahead and save this. Just temporarily here so we can do this. I'm going to go ahead, call this 4. I'm going to do it now. It's at the end, but I'm going to do it just because I'm going to do a couple things differently. All right, so what I want to do now is I can look down at the bottom of my worksheet, and I'm going to see little tabs. Sheet 1, Sheet 2, Sheet 3. If I look at Sheet 2, there's nothing there. Sheet 3, there's nothing there. Excel gives it to me. Here's the thing, though. I can actually take my amount that I have, and I can call this my 2014 budget. All I have to do is highlight, go ahead and right-click it, and I can call it rename. And my instruction says I'm going to call it 14 budget. Okay, this is my 2014 budget. All right, great. Now, guess what? I want to go ahead and I want to copy the whole worksheet to prepare for my 2015. Now I can go all the way up, and if I go right to this area here between my A and my 1, this area right here, if I click on it, I've highlighted the entire amount. I'm going to copy it. I still like to use Control-C, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to go ahead and paste it into Sheet 2. I'm going to come back up and click on this, and I'm going to hit Control-V. Now it did exactly what I had before. Everything's the same. And I'm going to go ahead and rename this one my 15 budget. Now here's the thing, is I want to go ahead, I copied the whole entire thing, I renamed it. I'm going to change my title. Remember, I'm in 15. I'm going to go ahead and change it to Lauren's Budget 2015. I'm really going to do that, because that way I'll know the difference between the two. Lauren's 2015 budget. So that's all right. So I have that one right there. And I'm going to go ahead and delete the individual item information only using my formulas. What does that mean? It means I'm going to go in. Remember how I can also use my Control key, so I don't have to do this all the time. I can go on one thing and highlight it, and one thing and highlight it. I don't have to keep on doing it over and over again. All right, and if I go ahead and hit backspace, and I can hit clear, let me go over here for a minute. And if I go up into alignment, remember I have it there. I'm going to go to my alignment. I can either right click it. It's a little slower if I go up here. Two different ways. I can go to format cells. It's a little slower this way, so I don't think I'm going to do it. If I right click it, I can clear contents. If I hit clear contents, everything disappears on it. Now remember, I want to leave my formulas, so when I start adding things, it automatically does it for me. Okay, so if I go ahead and click it, everything's built here. So if I did start typing something, it would start doing it properly. Okay, so it's ready to go for that. I have everything ready. All my budgets are right. All my formulas are. Look, everything's ready to go. It's perfect on that. And then I'm going to go ahead back into the 14 budget. And now it wants me to go ahead and rechange that. $2014 budget. Okay, so I have my 15 budget, and then if I go back to my 14, everything's fine on that. I can hit save on that. And then lastly, I want to go ahead and calculate a safe range. I need to kind of help me out and see when it's right and when it's wrong regarding my safety. So I'm going to go over to my P column, take a look here, and I want to go ahead and divide my total cash surplus and loss by the total income. Let's go ahead and calculate this as a percentage. Now, I'm towards the end here, I'm on P26. It says I need to go ahead and do a safe range, seeing if it's safe or not. Now, the thing is, I got to go over here and I need to have my total, the total surplus or loss. Now, I haven't done that yet. I'm going to go back and show you something we were doing on step 3, our formulas. I can click into my O. I can go into my fill. And I can click on, I want to go ahead and do a total for everything across on the right. And if I click right, it's going to automatically create a formula that says 08. Okay. It's going to go ahead and take 08 minus 024. Now remember, that's kind of the same thing we were doing n minus 8 n24. But even though I said right, okay, and you saw that, it still knew and took that formula and brought over by 1. So this is my total profit or loss. The good news is after the end of the year, she had $159.80. Now I need to go ahead and do the percentage. So I'm going to put that here. I'm going to go ahead and equal this. And my percentage is, I'm going to take this amount divided by the total income. Okay, oops, let's try that again. This is going to equal this. Oops. Okay, it's going to equal my total divided by my total income. And I'm going to hit plus. Okay, now that's a dollar sign, right? I need to make this in percentages. So I'm going to go up here to percentages, 2%, but I need to go ahead and have a decimal place. So guess what? I'm going to go ahead and add my decimal. So I get 2.4%.